Oh, that didn't work. And we're live. Welcome back for another deadline stream, everyone. I've just got a stream deck. Well, actually, I didn't just get it. I got it for Christmas. And I've set it up, and I was playing with the buttons, but I must have set it up wrong. I was trying to unmute myself and switch across using the buttons, but it didn't work. So I'll have to come back to that. Welcome to the stream, everyone. How are we all doing today? Welcome back for another deadline stream. How are we all today? I hope you're all doing well. It's been a pretty exciting few hours in the FPL landscape. We just had the double Gameweek 25 announcement this afternoon, so we can discuss that in this stream as well as all the usual. Welcome all of you to the stream. Sassel, Emmanuel, FPL Journey to 10k, John, Sean, Theo, Sajed, Jan, Tushar, Alfie. Good to see lots of members tuned in. Welcome all of you to the stream. Hopefully you can hear me all right. I've messed something up on my stream deck already, but never mind. I was playing around with some effects as well. You can like enable effects. Check this out. Welcome back. Oh man, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. Yeah, I was messing around with the effects that you can apply. There's all sorts here, so I'll have to find the right time to use these. Oh man, so good. Did that disable it? Okay, there we go. Oh dear. So yeah, I don't know when I'll find the time to use those appropriately, but they're quite funny. There's lots here. Anyway. Show us the knee slide. No knee slide today. I'm going to be sitting in this chair for the next 2 hours. Benjo says Trippy. You want to see Trippy? This is Trippy. Whoa! My FPL team. What is going on here? I feel drunk watching that. Has anyone had a drink yet? It feels like I've had a few looking at my team now. Yeah, anyway. I mean, my team is in a bad state this week. Oh, how do I turn it off? No, this can't be stuck. Oh, I cannot be stuck like this for 2 hours. Oh, there we go. Bloody hell. What a start. Just 4 shots, says Dan. I'm just on the tee, actually, for now. Maybe I'll get a beer later. It is a Friday night. Anyway, welcome all of you to this deadline stream. Lots to talk about. We'll go through the news roundup later. We've got the scout selection, Kings of the Game Week predictions. We'll talk about AFCON. We'll do our usual mini game predicting the player. I'll gift 5 memberships to chat as well during this stream later on, if anyone can guess correctly when we get around to playing that game. Who is Oscar? What do you mean, who's Oscar? I'm Oscar. I'm good, Ash. How are you? I'm very well. No, so I'm not sticking with Bowen, actually, to answer that. Sorry, I am sticking with Bowen. I'm not sticking with Salah. So I've got Bowen. There's a chance he's back for Bournemouth home, so I'm going to keep him. I'm going to sell Salah during the stream, and I'm going to bring in Richarlison. That's my plan. FPL Journey to 10k. Has the double gaming announcement changed your moves this week at all? It hasn't, actually. I did look at if there's potentially better routes. The problem is, if Haaland's back in Game Week 22, then I need to make sure I've got money to get him. And if I do Salah to Foden, I don't have enough. So that's why it's Richarlison and not Foden. If I get Richarlison, I'll have enough for Haaland in Game Week 22. I could sell either Alvarez or Solanke. It might be Alvarez, not sure yet. So I've got the option to do that in Game Week 22 if I sell Salah for Richarlison. Obviously, there are other players I looked at, like Gross. I think it's a really good pick. Garnacho, I think it's great. Gross is only like 6.4, I think. Garnacho, 4.8. Espan, wasn't the announcement taken down from the Brentford website? It was, but it's been officially announced now. The Premier League have officially announced it. So double Game Week 25 is as follows. So it'll be Brentford play Liverpool home and City away. What do you guys think about this double? Is that triple captain Haaland? And then City have Chelsea home and Brentford home as well. The game week's not locked in though, so there is a chance that Liverpool also get a double in 25. So if that happens, then yeah, it's going to be a divisive week, isn't it, for triple captaincy? Because Salah will have Brentford and Luton, I think, would be Liverpool's double. And City would have 2 home games. So 1 home, 1 away for Liverpool. and Liverpool would have 1 home, 1 away, and City would have 2 home games. So yeah, maybe an option to triple captain Haaland there, or if Salah gets the double game week as well, that'll be decided after the League Cup, so we'll have to see. But there's a good chance that comes in as well, but to be announced later, depending on what happens in the League Cup. Please Work says, just joined Oscar, looking forward to the stream. Me too. I was supposed to go live at 4:15, which is like pretty much now, but I thought, why not just go early? Because we've had the double game announcement, there's lots to talk about. So here we are. Welcome all of you to the stream. We've got about 2 hours till the deadline. So if anyone's new around here, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I do deadline streams every game week and make FPL videos. And sometimes shorts. I did a short earlier, but shorts never get any views and you get no money for it. So I feel a bit pointless shorts. Because it took me like an hour to do a 60-second short earlier. But yeah, I'm rambling about shorts now. Same with TikTok and Reels, like it's not really anything you get out of it, but I do them once in a while for a bit of fun. Yeah, I'm on TikTok as well. I just don't post often. It's just once in a while if I've got like a really original video or TikTok to do. I don't do stuff about, you know, the next game week specifically. Like I wouldn't make a TikTok about my team selection. Maybe I should start doing that, I don't know. But TikTok's all about really short content, so I'd have to like probably redo the content from scratch. If you won the 10 million in the lottery, would you continue with doing YouTube? I definitely would. I absolutely love what I do. Yeah, I love making FPL content. It's quite fulfilling. I enjoy the challenge of it. And I'm enjoying like the creative process in a way, because I don't know if you guys noticed, on the complete guide video, I completely redid the look of that, and I've made some more tweaks for it next week. So I'm trying to make my content like really unique and original in terms of the appearance, which is difficult in a saturated space, but yeah, I love what I do. So I would carry on doing this even if I won the lottery. To answer your question. What would you guys do if you won the lottery? Different for you, isn't it? Because like FPL is not something you're doing. You just play it. So you carry on playing FPL. But in general, what would you do? Would you buy a mansion? Would you like put it away in savings? Would you go on a mental holiday? Maybe I shouldn't have asked that. It'd be off to Hawaii. John would retire. Matthew says, will Foden be benched by Pep Roulette? I really doubt it. It could happen at some point in the next few weeks. Like, I know Foden's the super popular pick, but let's be honest, like, there's always a chance of it. We've got Haaland coming back. We've got De Bruyne potentially... Pep said that De Bruyne could potentially start this game week, so like, let's not beat around the bush. There is a possibility, but Foden's like banging form, good fixtures. He's still a great pick. Joseph says, hi from Malta. Shout out to Joseph from Malta. We've also got Andre, who is the lad that's built my website, and he's also from Malta. Is that right, Andre, if you're here still? February's going to be exciting for me and Andre, because I'm paying for his flights to come over from Malta to come to an FPL meetup in London. So that's going to be good. They're always good fun, the meetups. It'll be if anyone's interested in coming, it's in London. At FPL Meets on Twitter has the info. Yeah, it's good fun. Like, you just get drunk and watch the football, talk FPL with like-minded people. So I'm looking forward to that with Andre. Zelda, thanks for the 7 months. He says, evening Oscar, nothing quite like a Friday deadline. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't mind a Friday deadline. Although tonight's game's a bit dead. Has anyone got any players in tonight's game? It's Burnley at home, aren't they? Burnley v Luton. I guess some have got like Doughty. Is anyone playing Taylor and hoping that he plays? Thanks for the super chat, Mr. F, and also Anurag. Let me just filter these so I can see that clearly on the side. He says, sadly I've got Trippier Livra double up with Salah, Trent, Son. He's thinking about Son and Livramento to a Stupinan and Saka maybe for a -4. I've already got Palmer, Richarlison, Foden. I'll have a bench of Trent, Salah and Archer with Tripp starting. Or should I take a -8? No, I think you got it right the first time. I would sell Son and Livra for a Stupinan and Saka. I think those are two, like, probably optimal moves. Like, Saka, depending on who you ask, is the best captain this week. But obviously Palmer's a shout as well, who you've got already. So definitely do that. And I like the Stupinan as well. Like, great fixtures. Super attacking. He's got how many returns? 5 returns, and he's like, how many starts? 7 starts. So, you know, that's crazy, isn't it? 5 returns, 7 starts, and he had that 1 return off the bench against Tottenham. So I would do that. I would take the minus 8. I would keep Trippier. He's got nice fixtures in a couple of weeks. So I would stick with Trips. Thoughts on Tony captain? I don't hate it. Like, if you're that kind of manager and you like a differential, then he is one of the best differential captains of the season. I don't think he's even 1% owned, is he? So yeah, I really like Tony captain. It's not something I would do personally, because it's his first game back after 8 months off. So it seems a bit risky. Like, what's he going to look like after 8 months off? He played against Southampton under 21s the other day, and he did score a hat-trick, to be fair. So maybe he'll just come straight back with a bang, but yeah, I don't hate it. I mean, if you look at the projected points this week, he is right up there from FPL Review. In fact, he's second. I think the numbers might have shifted slightly just before I went live, because with the news that Haaland's out, I think Alvarez went up a bit. I'll see if I can just take a screenshot now, actually, so we've got the up-to-date numbers. But yeah, on this, he's second, so I don't hate it at all. Home to Nottingham Forest. Not a bad fixture. Right, let's screenshot that. Sorry if that came from the mic. There it is. These are the up-to-date projections now, as of 4:20. So yeah, Tony's still right up there. I mean, it's very close at the top, to be fair. I think it's okay, like, to go differential with captaincy this week. It's pretty spread. I think Palmer and Saka are going to be the 2 most popular. Anyone not captaining Saka or Palmer this week? We'll dig into the news roundup as well in a sec. There's quite a bit from today. Chelsea, United, Newcastle, City, Burnley, Luton. So we'll go through that as well. We'll just allow for some time for everyone to come join us in this deadline stream. G0's captain Alvarez. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I think that's great. Like, Haaland, we know, is out, so Alvarez on penalties. And of course, he'll be on set pieces as well, takes corners. Mr. F, thanks for the super chat. He's on a wild card, and he's got Gusto, Doughty, Porro, Stupinam, Foden, Tony, Watkins, Alvarez. Who to bench? Currently on a 4-4-2. Got Alvarez on the bench. I'm tempted to bring in João Pedro. Would you? I probably wouldn't have João Pedro. But yeah, benching Alvarez isn't ideal. I'd bench Doughty. Doughty or Gusto. You have to start Alvarez. You can't bench Alvarez. So I definitely wouldn't do that. I'd bench Doughty or Gusto. One of those two. Is there a chance Gusto doesn't start? Probably does. Maybe bench Gusto. Start Doughty. Definitely start Alvarez. So I don't know what the rest of your bench is, though. So what's important is to make sure. I mean, if I was on a wildcard, I would have Haaland, to be honest with you, and I'd also have Trent. So I know that's probably not what you want to hear, like, so soon to the deadline. But Trent could be back game week 22, and obviously Haaland could be as well. So I think on a wildcard, you have to have them, and you just bench them for this week. I did a quick wildcard draft in the experts video last night, if you wanted to have a look at that. That's got Trent and Haaland. So if I was on a wildcard, I would have Haaland and Trent. Bench them this week, because they both could be back game week 22. And what's also important is making sure that you've got a route to get back to Salah, because there's a good chance they get a double game week 25. Got a graphic from Mikhail Tokvam showing the projected fixtures in the upcoming weeks. So obviously it shows 1.7 for City and Brentford. That will now be 2.0 because there's 2 fixtures confirmed that week. But the others is as you were. So Luton and Liverpool have a strong chance of a double game week 25 as well. So we have to make sure we've got a route back to Salah if selling him. And likewise, given that Trent could be out for just 1 game week, I would have him on the bench. And obviously, game week 29, looking a bit further afield, huge blank game week, so that's going to be a tough game week. I might end up free hitting that. We'll have to see how the blanks fall nearer the time, but I think free hitting 29 is going to be a popular strategy. Or you dead end your team if you can just scrape 11 players out and then wildcard in Game Week 30. So I'd say, yeah, there's a couple of ways to go. I mean, there's lots of chip strategies, to be honest with you. How many hours a week do you dedicate to FPL on average, do you think? I couldn't say what the number is, but enough for a full-time job. Because that's what it is now. It's a full-time job for me. But yeah, my routine is like I'll get up in the morning, pop the kettle on, and then I'll jump into a video. Every video I make, I write up what I'm going to say first. So every video is technically an article. So it's normally 1,500 to 2,000 words every video. So I'll do that first. I'll be typing away. Teddy won't be up yet. He's normally still asleep. Yeah, exactly. I practice my welcome back for another video. Practice that rehearsal. Yeah, and once I've like finished typing, then I'll jump into the video. Every video takes 3-4 hours. And then there's obviously everything else like social media posts and all that, and like prep work for the next video. The experts video is tons of work behind the scenes. I've got a newsletter set up, so every week about 300 of them receive the email with the link to send in their data for the next game week, and then I pop into spreadsheets, pull out the data, and then the end result is the experts video you see. That one takes the most work. Dan says, would you take a -4 for a Stupino for Colwell or Trent? No, I don't think I would. Trent's a hold in my opinion. I would hold Trent if I had him. Well, I do have him, and I'm holding him. But like, if I was you, if any of you have got Trent, I would hold him. Like, there is a chance he's back, as I say, for Game Week 22. So you're not going to want to sell Trent when he could be back literally the following game week. I mean, you know, considering the form he's in as well. I mean, look at that run of returns there. 8, 5, 9, 4, 12, 13, 8, 7. Like, no one scored more points than him over that run. So I wouldn't. I would just play Colwell. Leave Trent on the bench. Welcome back with the inflection. Exactly. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. It is like, it feels like living the dream. It feels too good to be true. Sometimes I have to pinch myself. Like, is this my reality? Don't get me wrong. It is hard work, and like you have to deal with stuff like haters. You get stuff mainly on Twitter. Like, Twitter's got so bad in recent times. But no, I don't get that much hate. I think relative to some other content creators anyway, I don't really receive much hate. Like when I'm scrolling Twitter, I see others getting more than me. Which is good. Can't please everyone, but if I can be in most people's good books, then I'll take that. But yeah, as Dan says, like, do you work when the season's over? When the season's over, like, that's it. Like last summer, I spent quite a lot of time like working on my graphics for this season, just to make sure they were like fresh and new. But yeah, there's not much to do. And obviously the downside of that is there's like no income for like 2 months. So that's why I'm like particularly grateful for the members, especially those that don't cancel once it gets to May, which is fine. Like, I totally get that. I probably would as well. But yeah, the membership support is like massive. Nathan says, bench Gusto or Garnacho this week? I'd bench Gusto. I would start Garnacho between the two. I think Garnacho is a great pick. Like 4.8 mil. And I did a bit about him in this week's videos, and his underlying numbers even are solid this week. Don't know if I can pull up the scout table. I'll try and do that in the background. J Pup says, no question, just supporting top content with #1 voice. Thanks, J Pups. Thanks for that. It's very nice of you to say so. Must be nice being employee of the month each month in your own workplace. It is. I'm running out of space on the shelf. So basically we are your UC. What's UC? UC. Can I be an expert manager? The minimum requirements for the expert series is 2 top 10k finishes or 5 top 100ks. I decided to do that just so like the data is, I guess, more valuable. So I had to set some kind of rank requirement, but not too high that I wouldn't get as many participants. So I think I've got like the sweet spot there. There's about 300. They don't all reply every week. Like, I might get 100 replies every game week. So I think that's a good data set, like 100 replies. And like between them, they've got something like 5 finishes in the top 100, something like 40 top 1Ks, and a few hundred top 10Ks. Oh, universal credit. Yeah, exactly. You're keeping me afloat in the summer. KDB is back. He is back. Let's do the news roundup. I think there's a bit about KDB in there. Chelsea first. Ben Chilwell and Badiashile will return to the squad in Gameweek 21. Chukwuemeka continues to be assessed. Pochettino's worried about Nkunku, who hasn't trained for 10 days. So Nkunku is a doubt for the game. Chilwell could be back. Maybe bad news for Colwell owners, but obviously Colwell can play centre-back as well. Ten Hag had plenty of good news in his presser. Casemiro, Shaw, Martinez, all trained and available for selection. Just turning the heating down. It gets hot while I'm streaming. Anthony Eriksson and Ahmad will also return for... Oh, whoa, what have I done? Not Forest. Bloody hell. Newcastle. Joelinton's going to miss a minimum of 6 weeks with a thigh injury. House said it isn't good. It's an injury that will see him miss a minimum of 6 weeks. It's a real blow for us. Luton news is basically that Morris is fit for Gameweek 21. Kabore is absent. He's at AFCON for a while. Useless presser from Company. I don't know if you guys saw this. Company offered no update on the latest injury news. He said in his press conference something like, I've been told not to give you any injury update, so that's the update. So, no news on Taylor, annoyingly. Guardiola confirms that Haaland won't feature versus Newcastle in Gameweek 21, so no Haaland this game week, but De Bruyne is available for selection and could even start. Now, that'll be interesting, because De Bruyne's going to obviously be back fit fully. It might be already, but it'll be an option for Gameweek 25, is what I'm saying. Yeah, and in case you missed it, we had the double Gameweek 25 announcement a couple of hours ago, which is Brentford play against Liverpool and City, and then City play against Chelsea and Brentford, 2 home fixtures. Scott says, sell or play Trippier, bench and not an option. If he's a sell, best option. I feel like if you've got Trippier now, you just keep him, because their fixtures are so nice soon. I don't think he's a sell. No, unless there's something else at play, like you have to sell him to be able to get Haaland back in 22, something like that. I think that's the only sort of circumstance. I just feel like he's a hold. And he can get returns in any game. I remember he scored, I'm pretty sure he scored against City last season at home. So I don't think I would sell. I think I would just play him. I mean, look at the fixtures in a couple of weeks. Assuming that you can hold on to him. Like Luton home, Forest away, Bournemouth home. Arsenal's tough, but long term, really nice fixtures. So I would keep hold of Trippier, personally. Thoughts on Luis Diaz? Yeah, I don't hate the Diaz pick. Yeah, I don't mind it. Obviously, with Salah away, Jota and Diaz are like 2 popular options, midfielders. Yeah, he scored a free kick. That was it. So I don't mind Diaz. Maybe Jota's the better pick. Maybe. Would you guys say Jota or Diaz? I think Jota maybe just edges it. Rahim, thanks for the super chat. Says, João Pedro or Alvarez, keeping future games in mind. If your plan is to keep whoever you buy between the two, then I'd say Alvarez, because he's got the double game at 25, as we said. Like, he's going to be such a handy asset. I'm not looking forward to the decision in 22 who to sell for Haaland, because Solanke's got nice fixtures, so does Watkins. So maybe it has to be Alvarez that goes for Haaland, but yeah, I'd like to keep Alvarez. So it's difficult, that one. I don't know who I'll sell, but yeah, I would say Alvarez given the double game week. And as we know, Haaland's out this game week, so Alvarez will be leading the line at times. He does like swap with Foden at times and drops deeper. They rotate a bit, but I think Alvarez is probably the one I'd go for there. Prassi, thanks for the 11 months. You're almost at 1 year. He says, like and sub everyone. Focal tattoo at 200k. Damn it. No one's going to forget about the tattoo thing now, are they? It's definitely going to happen. It's not going to happen this season. I don't think I'll hit 200k this season, but if you want to be a part of the road to seeing me get a tattoo, then hit subscribe. The plan is at 200k, I'll get the focal logo tattooed. I don't know where I'll get it tattooed either. I did a poll and everyone voted for forehead, but I'm not getting it on my forehead. Afternoon, Sam. How are we doing? Oblivious says, loving the content focal. I went Foden and Bowen early, and I have to settle for a -4 hit to get Gross instead. Thoughts on Gross differential? 119k. Very nice rank. Yeah, I really rate Gross. We were talking about him earlier. Obviously, Brighton have got a really nice run of games. If we go to FPL page, plug my website, fixture ticker, and then sort by the next 8 game weeks. Brighton top. Look at that fixture run. So I really like Gross. Over the last 6 game weeks, he's created 22 chances. So yeah, I think he's a very good pick. Yeah, I rate him. Differential as well, as you said. And it's just kind of a set and forget. And he went blank in 26. I'm not sure what his chances of blanking in 29 are. Let me check that. Yeah, they look likely to blank in 29, but that's a mile away. Yeah, I think Gross is great. Good pick. Enshock says, sup folk lol, loving the cut. Son to Foden. Son to Foden, Salah to Rashford. I haven't seen Rashford mentioned in a while. I rate Son to Foden, Salah to Rash. I don't know about Rashford. I feel like Garnacho's an equally good pick, if not better. And he's, what is he, like 4 mil cheaper? I'd go Garnacho if you want to get a United mid. Like, their front three looks pretty settled now. Rashford on the left, Garnacho on the right. Or if Anthony comes in, it could even be Garnacho on the left. What are your transfers this week? I'm going to do Salah to Richarlison, and then obviously I'll get Gordon off the bench for Bowen. I did have the option just not to take a -4 this week and play Pinnock, but the problem is, if Haaland's back in 22, I have to take a -4 regardless. So then logically, why not bring it forward and play Richarlison, who on paper is better than Pinnock this week? Virtual wants a captain poll. Let's do that. Who's your captain for game week 21? I spelled captain wrong. Hang on. Saka, Palmer. I mean, who's the third best option? Alvarez, I guess we'll go. And then other. Message in chat. Alright, the poll is up. Should I do Trent to Estupiñán for -4? Asked Mark. No, I wouldn't do that, Mark. There's a chance that Trent's back in Game Week 22. Trying to find the tweet in the background here from the COP HQ. They're a really reliable Liverpool in the know. They always tweet the lineups well before they come out. Well, not well before, but they get the lineups early and they share them. And they tweeted something interesting about Trent the other day. Oh, they tweet a lot though. I'm going to struggle to find this now. They just said basically there is a hope that Trent's back Game Week 22. Yeah, I won't be able to find it. Bloody hell, he tweets a lot. Yeah, he's a good account to follow. The COP HQ, if anyone wants to dig through that. And he insinuated that Trent could even be back Game Week 22. So I wouldn't sell Trent now. You just bench him if you can. Thoughts on Bradley, only 4 mil. Isn't he on loan? I think I saw he's gone on loan. But no, I definitely wouldn't go there. Definitely not. You reckon Byrne will be back? Again, there's hope that he'll be back Game Week 22. The good news is that the injury is... Sorry, the Game Week 22 is 3 weeks after he picked up the injury. And he's estimated to be out 2 to 3 weeks. So again, there's a chance Bowen's back for Bournemouth home. Not this week though. We won't see Bowen this week, annoyingly. Did anyone move early for Bowen? I never move early as well. It's so annoying. It was like a 0.4 mil swing, so I thought this is an opportunity. He's missed like 2 games his whole career. And I was like, I'll do it for once. I'll move early. Like, there's massive gains to be had. He's never injured. He's got an incredible fitness record. And then obviously he goes and gets injured in the cup. But yeah, I deserve that. That's the risk you take when you move early. That's the risk you take. Let's just hope. I see lots of you did it in chat. Let's just hope, right? When he's back, let's hope he's back Game Week 22, and let's hope he smashes it against Bournemouth. How sweet will that taste? if he hauls against Bournemouth. Because Twitter's been like on one. They've been like really like talking down on anyone that makes early transfers. But I think like you play your own game. Personally, I'm a bit of a hybrid approach. Sometimes I'll go early. Normally I don't. It was risky, so I hold my hands up and say I went too early. As Dan says, Dan's in the chat. Good to see Dan in the chat. If anyone doesn't know Dan Bennett, he's been on my channel before. He's an absolutely elite manager. Oh, he says I went too early. There we go. Like one of the top all-time managers also went too early. So I feel a bit better knowing that Dan did it, but I'm sorry to hear you did it as well. Leanne had Bowen as well. How's your season going, Dan? It's been a while since we spoke. Dan's got 10 top 10Ks. Like, how ridiculous is that? 10 top 10Ks. Or 11 now. I don't know how you finished last season, actually. 10 top 10Ks. That is outrageous. I actually don't have an update on Zinchenko, so I don't know what the latest on him is. He wasn't in the cup, right? In the cup squad. So I couldn't tell you. I'm not sure. Arsenal don't play. I mean, this is the problem with this week. So we've got Burnley v Luton tonight. We've got Chelsea, Fulham, Newcastle, City tomorrow. Those are the only games that we're going to get news for pre-deadline. Arsenal don't play Palace till 20th, so a week tomorrow. So this is the problem. The press conferences are going to come after the deadline. So there's a chance that stuff goes wrong over the next week before next weekend's games, right? Dan should start an FPL channel. He absolutely should. He's an absolutely elite manager. Starboy McGee says, "Is Watkins?" I'm assuming it is the same Dan Bennett, by the way. It could be another Dan Bennett in the chat who's like, "What is going on? What are they talking about?" He says, "A lot more casual this season, mate. He's at 200k, 86k last season. That's respectable." And we're barely halfway into the season, Dan. So I'd back you all the way to finish top 100k at least. At least. Top 10k is easily doable. Who was it? FPL editor. I've seen his tweets on Twitter. He was 1 mil at this point last season, and he finished top 10k. He did sneak it in the last game week. FPL Alexander Arnold. I've just put that tweet from Spy on Cop on my feed at the top, Oscar. What's your Twitter handle? Send me as a DM. But yeah, that was in reference to the tweet where he said Trent could be back, Gameweek 22. Maddie in the chat, hello. KDB. I'd like to see KDB like start a game first before I go there. Maybe he's a wait and see, but yeah, Pep did say he could start this game week, so I don't hate it. I don't hate the KDB transfer. And obviously we've got that news of the double Gameweek 25, so I don't know how I'm going to find room for KDB though. It might be something like Foden, and I might have to sell Saka. So at the moment I've got Edison and Alvarez, so if I sell Alvarez for Haaland, I'll be on double City still. Or I could still sell Solanke and I'll be on triple City. So yeah, it really depends on if I sell Alvarez or not, whether I later get a midfielder. KDB captain, says Cobb. Jota or Richarlison? I prefer Richarlison. I think they're both great, but I would say Richarlison just edges it. I'm late. Who's the double Gameweek for? It was that one on screen just now, so go back like 30 seconds. What do you think about the price fixing scandal? What's the scandal? I've not heard about this. What is the scandal? Yarden, thanks for the super chat. Sorry I missed that. It says, hi Focal. Is it worth a -4 to get a Stupinan over a Dogi? That's quite a close one. I don't know if that hit will be repaid this week, but I'd imagine it would be over the next, however many game weeks. I mean, it's quite an aggressive move. It's probably not one I'd make myself, but I think Stupinan's a quality pick, so yeah, if you want to get Stupinan, I think that's fine. It's probably not a move I'd make for a -4 because you need Udogie to concede and you need his Stupinan to keep a clean sheet or get an attack in return. And I'd say there's probably a less than 50% chance of that happening. So you're betting you're betting 4 points on a less than 50% chance. Would you do that if it was with money? Would you bet that on less than a 50% chance of gaining it back? I wouldn't. But it's quite an aggressive move. Like, Estupiñán has massive upside, so I don't hate it. Bit of a sit on the fence answer, but it depends what kind of manager you are. Starboy says, is Watkins a good captaincy option? Let's check the goal scorer odds. Personally, he's not in my thinking. 34% chance, according to the bookies this week, for Watkins. Haaland obviously out, so we can rule him out now. Darwin's actually top, 43.5%. Tony just behind. Jota, again, these assume that the player starts. Nketiah probably won't. Jesus is back in training, so we'll have to see. But yeah, I'd say Saka, Palmer. Girlfriend's ringing me. I can't take this now. I'll just tell her I'm live. I'd say Saka, Palmer, Alvarez. I prefer over Watkins. I'm live. Sorry. Adam says cheeky Tony captain. Yeah, again, like, he's a little bit risky because it's his first game back, like 8 months off. But I don't hate it if you want to take a punt on a differential. Like, I think he's less than 1% owned. I'm not flex. All right, it sounded like a bit of a flex. She said sorry with the monkey over eyes emoji. FPL first love. FPL over girlfriend. I might go meet her later because she's flying over from Dublin from work. Hopefully she's not watching now because I was going to surprise her at the airport. But I'll miss Burnley v Luton. So it's Burnley v Luton or go surprise her at the airport. But yeah, if she's watching now, then surprise ruined. Thoughts on Van Heck? Don't think I'd go there myself because I think Webster's back, so he's not even nailed. Forgot about the captain poll. Saka 45% chance of a clean sheet, 45% captaincy, Palmer 33%, 15% other, 7% Alvarez. If you voted other, who's your other? Let us know in chat. Super chat, hey Oscar, is Son to Gross worth it or just bank the transfer? I'm saving for Haaland and trying to keep Salah, so it's very hard to bring Foden or Saka. I mean, if Son to Gross lets you buy Haaland in Gameweek 22, then I would say that's worth it. I would say that's worth it. I think it's fine to sell Son and Salah. If you had to pick between the two, it'd be Salah. Sorry, it'd be Son because I think he plays after the deadline, whereas Salah's last group game is just before. These are the probabilities of when Salah, Son, Hwang and Kudus could return from AFCON and the Asian Cup. So obviously Egypt massive favourites to make it out of their group. 95% chance of making it out of their groups. There's only a 5% chance of seeing Salah Game Week 22. About 1 in 3 chance Game Week 23, and then it's looking likely Game Week 24, or at the latest Game Week 25. Yeah, fair play on the Tony captain, Adam. That's bold. But, I mean, massive upside. Imagine if he outscores everyone else in the game and he's like 1% owned. Kieran says, -4, Bowen to Jota or start Garnacho at 75k. I'd start Garnacho, 100%. I would start Garnacho. Not worth a hit. Garnacho's great. I think he's an awesome pick. One of the best enablers right now. North Banguna, Focal are lulled over your Manscaped promo gags. Yeah, I know. I felt like I had to make it funny because of the kind of promotion it is. And luckily they signed it off. Like I had to email it to them first for their approval, and I was like, "There's no way they approve this." And then they replied straight away, like, "All good, go ahead." But yeah, Teddy played his part well. So that's a graphic from F Analytic, DB, Absa, and FPL Poland on the potential return dates for the players on international duty at the moment. And obviously there's others as well, but those are the main assets in that graphic. Oh yeah, did you DM me that, Trent? Oh yeah, there we go. So it was this. This is in reference to the tweet I mentioned earlier on Trent. This was the chat here about Trent and Bowen and so on. And then he came in here and said, Trent will probably only miss 1 game though. Now, he's a really reliable Liverpool in the know. He's got contacts in the inside. And that, you might recognise his handle. Like he posts the lineups every game week, way before the official lineups drop. And he said Trent probably missed one game, so that would be Game Week 22 return. And he said that's the aim for Trent to be back. Chelsea, 31st January. But I'd be surprised if it extends to Arsenal, 4th of February. So at worst, he'd miss 2 games unless he gets a setback. So yeah, that was the tweet about Trent there, which went a bit under the radar. And yeah, with that in mind, he's an easy hold for me. In terms of priority sells, it'd be Son, Salah, then Trent. But I wouldn't sell Trent, personally. Right, guesses in the chat. Who's going to be the top scorer of Game Week 22? Quite a lot of you got it last Game Week. It was Palmer with 18 points. Chuck your guesses in chat. Who's going to be the top scorer this Game Week? Sakim says Sarabia or Neto on a wild card. I don't think I'd have either on a wild card. Around that price point, I'd rather have Gross from Brighton. Or if you want to go a bit cheaper, I'd have Garnacho. But if I had to pick one, Neto. I think he came off the bench last match, so I imagine he's close to a start now. So I'd go Neto if I had to pick one. Jeffrey reckons Tony, so does Emmanuel and Supreme. Everyone's back in Tony. You guys love a gamble. Like Tony. Bernardo, Odegaard, Soufal. Soufal? Where does that come from, Nick? Maybe. Palmer, KDB, João Pedro, Doughty. I like the Doughty shout. Mubama. I wonder if he starts Mubama because of all the injuries. Could be Danny Ings that starts, I suppose. Doku. Yeah, does Doku start? I think Grashford. Grealish. I think Grealish is touch and go. Burner. Richarlison. Oh, I wouldn't mind if it was Richarlison. I'm about to buy him for Salah. Watkins. Foden. Jota. Rodri. Virtual says, has anyone ever got King of the Game twice in a row besides Haaland? Yeah, it's happened before. I forget who, but it's definitely happened before. I think I might still have the graphic line around from last season. Oh, where's it completed up to? Oh, it only goes up to Game Week 35. I must have given up on it the last few game weeks. I think I used to do a really proper graphic for it, but now I just screenshot who scored top last game week. You guys want a throwback? Oh, this is 2 seasons ago. Bloody hell. God, look at these kits. Did anyone get it twice in a row there? That was 2 seasons ago, though. Mount for Chelsea. Tielemans, De Bruyne. I don't think anyone got it twice, but this was the 21-22 season. Maybe not. I feel like someone got it twice in a row once. Maybe last season. Sorry, I'm missing super chats. That's a throwback, those kits. That was the 21-22 season. Jeffrey says, would you recommend starting Flecken or Areola? So, Areola's got Sheffield United. Flecken's got Nottingham Forest. Let's check the clean sheet odds. I'd just go with clean sheet odds when it's these kind of decisions. So, West Ham, 34% chance. Oh, Brentford, 34% chance as well. So, they're dead even. I think Areola, though. In my head, Areola versus Sheffield United is likelier to keep a clean sheet than Flecken against Forest, who might be having a bit of a new manager bounce. They've got, they're all right on the road as well. I would start Areola between the two. Any Arsenal news? Not really. Jesus is back in training, but obviously Arsenal don't play till next weekend, a week tomorrow. So we don't get the press conferences for a lot of teams until after the deadline. So we're not going to get much Arsenal news. Poker Bully says, -8 hit worth it to save the wildcard. Yeah, definitely. I'd almost be tempted to take a -12 rather than wildcard this week. John says, Oscar, who did you give the £100 to from your December league? His name was... Actually, can't remember what his name was now. I've got him in my DM somewhere. Yeah, I sent him the money and I tweeted about it at the time. I forget his name, but he went on a crazy run in December. Jake Choi, that was it. He went from 1.6 mil. This is crazy. Just in December, he went from 1.6 mil to 54k in the space of a month. So it goes to show like what's possible in the space of a month, right? Obviously, he did the best of everyone in the league, and there was like 10,000 that got involved. But yeah, fair play. So yeah, I sent him the money. I didn't announce it publicly, but I did a little one for the people in the Experts League as well. I sent money to first and second place in the Experts League in December, just as like a thank you for their involvement. Because ultimately the series is only possible thanks to them. So yeah, I did a secret one for the Experts League as well. I might do a tweet at some point, maybe next international break, if anyone else wants to get involved in the series. No, it's not my final team. I'm going to do Salah to Richarlison. That'll be my final move. FCH Sean, thanks for the 15 months. He says, Focal, you should get Teddy to pick your captain one day. Oh, I thought about it. Like FPL, at the end of the day, there's a lot of luck involved in FPL. Someone used to do that, didn't they? They used to do dog picks. I don't know if anyone in chat used to use or still uses the FPL subreddit. But years ago, they had Doggo, they called it, and he used to pick the best captain every week. And he went on a crazy streak of like getting 10 right in a row of players that pulled. But yeah, they stopped doing it for some reason. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do that. Maybe if I've got a proper 50-50 call, I'll put like 2 chews down and let him pick the chew. Or was it Cato? I thought it was Doggo. Maybe it was Cato, and then there was definitely a dog one as well. Tube Shots, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. Thanks very much for the support, Tube Shots. Lamplot got one, Virtual got one, Enshock, Noctam Booley, and Anne. Welcome to the new members. And Tube Shots, welcome to the elite tier as well. Thanks for your support, mate. Yeah, if anyone is a new member, or if you need a reminder, if you log into Discord and you're going to a YouTube account in settings, you'll get access to the members channel, where I post videos early. I post like the experts data early. You get a badge by your name in chat. You get, I think that's it actually. Not selling it to you, are you? But it supports the channel, so like if you want to support the channel, like it's a couple of quid for membership. How do I keep on winning gifts? I think it picks people that are active in chat. I think that's how it does it. But I'm actually not sure what the system is, like how it picks who to give them to. But yeah, I think that's the system. Go dog. This is random, but you don't sound the way you look. I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult. It randomly picks. Oh, okay. I thought it would pick people that are active in chat, because I always recognise the names that it goes to. Maybe I just start to recognise names like from chat, people that are active. KDB will score twice this game week. Do you reckon? Doggo predated me on the Reddit. Oh, there we go. If anyone's joining late, this was the announcement, the double game week 25. What's your City triple up going to look like for this? So is it going to be like Haaland, Foden, and then who? Like Alvarez? Or are you going to double up? What's your plan? Is anyone going for a Brentford player? Anyone going to get like Tony? Jason says, Focal, hello from Florida. Shout out Jason in Florida. Welcome to the stream. Name of the song. This song is called Boxer Meet Canvas. This is my cousin. I asked him if I could use it in my stream playlist, and he was like, definitely. Boxer Meet Canvas. Dan, thanks for becoming a member. He says, Haaland, Foden and Walker is his triple up. Yeah, I rate that. Walker's started every game this season. I know Stones is sidelined for a bit, so he looks pretty good for minutes. Yeah, mine's going to be Haaland, Edison. I've got Edison, obviously, so I'm not changing that. Hopefully, you can actually come good, Edison, for once after last season's antics. But I don't know who the third will be. I might keep Alvarez, or I might go Alvarez to Haaland, and then perhaps triple up with Foden. Don't know if I have a route to De Bruyne. I haven't actually looked that far ahead. Flandy says, popping in. I don't have time to watch today, sadly, but Saka captain, up we go. Up we go, Flandy. Saka captain. I'm on the same as well. Saka captain, palm of ice for me. Haaland, Foden, KDB. Haaland, Foden, and Jensen. Oh, wait, I've got Pinnock, haven't I? Do you play Pinnock, though, in that double game week? Have they actually added it yet? No. Oh, they have. But do you even play Pinnock, though? Liverpool home, City away. Would you play Pinnock? I don't know if I would. So I've got Saliba. He's got Burnley. I've got Estupiñán. He's got Sheffield United. Pedro Porro's got Wolves. And then obviously Trent. No, I don't think I can. No, I don't think I would. He could easily end the game week on 2 points, couldn't he? 4-pointer. I don't even know if he'll do that. I don't even know if he'll do that. This would be my face when Pinnock keeps 2 clean sheets in the double game week, in double game week 25. Are you kidding me? Pinnock 12-pointer in double game week 25. Yeah, probably could get minus 2 points. KDB starts. There's no way you could know that this early, unless you work for City. Did that turn off? Yeah. It's a good look, mate. Thanks. It looked better with that on. I prefer the swell one. That's a face you can trust for FPL advice. Welcome back for another video. Too big brained. Who are you calling big brain? Come and say that to my face. Come and call me big brain to my face. The song is Box and Meet Canvas. Oh, I can't turn it off. Oh, there we go. Oh dear. Don't know what to say. Is there a leak at KDB starts? Why is everyone suddenly saying that? Let me check on Twitter. Nah, nothing there. Don't see anything on KDB, to be fair. Right, let's get back on track. Chocolate Toes, thanks for the 9 months. Thanks very much for your support, Chocolate Toes. And also Kano for becoming an FPL member. Welcome to the channel, Kano. Thanks for your support. And Kano has sent his ID and he says he's got 2 free transfers and needs help. Let's have a look at your team. So you've got 2 free transfers. You've got Son. So I would go... How much you got in the bank? 2.3. I would go Salah to Foden. Or can you afford to go Son to Foden? And then one of the forwards to Haaland next game week? Or you can't afford that? I would consider going Son to Foden, Salah to Richarlison with the 2 free transfers. And start Colwill, Pedro Porro and Saliba in defence. Hold on to Trent. I'd consider that. And then you've got a route to get in Haaland in Game Week 22. So I think Foden and Richarlison is what I would do here. It's a nice team. It's well set up. Thoughts on Son to Bernardo? I haven't really considered Bernardo, to be honest. I don't hate him as a pick. Like, he tends to play pretty much every game. But he's also a bit streaky. Like, he can go on a massive run of just not returning for a while. But yeah, I don't hate Bernardo. I prefer Foden. But I think Bernardo's okay. Yeah. I'd rather go Son to Foden or Richarlison, I think. Transfer plans. I'm going to do Salah to Richarlison. That's my plan. So I'll lock that transfer in during the stream. G Rid went Wood to Tony after an early Salah to Richarlison transfer. Yeah, I'll rate that. News on Elise. I think Elise's out for a few weeks, so we're not going to see him. I think it was a few weeks, so he's out for Gameweek 21. It's a shame that they've got Arsenal this week as well, because I think Eze and Elise would be great transfers this week. But yeah, their fixtures are nice from Gameweek 22. When should I wildcard? I mean, I'm not even sure when I'm going to wildcard yet. It might be Gameweek 30, because there's going to be a massive blank game week in Gameweek 29. You can see here, at the moment it's estimated to be 10 fixtures there. So you could dead end your team into that game week by, for example, so City, where's City on here? 0.31, so there's only like a 31% chance that they play in Gameweek 29. So you could do something like Haaland to Tony, because Brentford have got an 89% chance of a game. And then you wildcard Gameweek 30 to get him straight back in. Something like that's possible. But, you know, you could save it for later in the season when we've got bigger doubles to come. Lots of ways you can go. Right, I've got a question for chat. Can you name the player? We'll start off with an easy one. Can you name the player that got 23 points? Can you name the opponent as well, actually? Since it's quite an easy one. Can you name the opponent that they got this score against as well? I don't think there are any Burnley leaks from anyone ever. So I don't think we'll get anything on Burnley. Mahrez, KDB, Jesus, Doku, De Bruyne. Oh, Ryan's got it already. Quite a few of you have got it. It's not De Bruyne, it's not Mahrez, it's not Doku. It's not Foden. Maybe this was harder than I thought this one. I thought this would be an easier one to warm up with. We'll do one more later, and if anyone guesses it, I'll gift 5 memberships to chat. The answer was indeed Haaland, who got, was it 3 goals, 2 assists in Game Week 9 last season against Man United for 23 points. That was a big swing game week, that was. Didn't Haaland get back-to-back hat-tricks last season? Bench one of the 3, Watkins, Gross and Solanke. I would bench Solanke. Yeah, it's hard because so many City players get massive hauls. Yeah, fair point. Yeah, it could be anyone that gets 23 for City, to be honest. You wouldn't be that surprised if it was Rodri. Chilwell is back. True. Does he come straight in at left back? How do you plan on bringing Haaland back? So my transfer plans are as follows. I'll go Salah to Richarlison. And that leaves me with 7.2 mil in the bank, so I could go... I've got 14.1, so that is my route back, basically. So if Haaland's back Gameweek 22, I'll sell one of Solanke or Alvarez to Haaland. By downgrading Salah this week to Richarlison. So, no, I'm not keeping Salah. I just have to hope that Salah goes on a decent cup run. Like, if he's back Gameweek 24, 25, that would be ideal. Because, yeah, if he's back, there's only a 5% chance that he's back Gameweek 22. And then I'll pull that graphic up again for anyone that was wondering about the AFCON and Asian Cup players. 35% chance Salah's back Gameweek 23. 72% chance Gameweek 24. Or if not, 25, he'll be back. And slightly different percentages for Son and Hwang. Obviously playing together at the Asian Cup. And Kudu's down there as well. Richarlison is not the answer. I mean, who else do I go for? I've got 7 mil max to spend. So it's either... I looked at Gross and I looked at Garnacho. But I like Richarlison the most. His underlying numbers are great. He should be on pens while Son's away. Yeah, I can't afford Foden, Regan. That's the problem. If I go Foden now, then I have to take a -4 for Haaland if he's back in 22. So, but Richarlison basically gets me out of taking a hit if Haaland's back in 22. And it's, yeah, as Sean says, like 7 mil is a fair price. It's pretty cheap. Gamp says, sum the team news up, please. Do you guys want another news roundup? Or do you want me to do it a bit later in the stream? We can do a news roundup again for anyone joining later. Flame says Gross. Yeah, I think Gross is a good pick. I did consider him, but I think I prefer Richarlison just about. They are close, but I think I prefer Richarlison. And I have to sell who I buy to get Salah back. So it's not like I could go Gross and hold on to him because he doesn't blank in 26. Richarlison almost certainly blanks in Gameweek 26, but whoever I get replacing Salah, I have to sell anyway. So my loose plan would be Salah to Richarlison this week, one of the fours to Haaland in Gameweek 22, roll Gameweek 23, Gameweek 24, probably Bowen to Garnacho, and then 25, it would be maybe Solanke down to Archer, and then Richarlison up to Salah. That's my loose plan. What's a griddy? Cole Palmer's in the chat. Good to have you in the chat with us, Palmer. Oh, yeah, there he is. Cole Palmer. Do you think Mubama will start? I was wondering that myself. And I think there's a chance Ings starts, to be honest. He's not been like playing that great recently, Mubama. So I feel like Ings might get a start. I imagine he's going to be involved. Might be off the bench. Could be a chance Ings start, if I had to guess. But that is a guess. I'd probably say Ings starts. Right, can you guys guess who the most transferred in player is this game week? Most transferred in player. Bowen fit. No, Bowen's not expected back till game week 22 at the earliest. 22 earliest. Ignite reckons it's De Bruyne. Ryan says Palmer, Foden, Saka, Foden, Alvarez, Palmer. A lot of people are guessing Foden. I actually don't know who it is. Let's see. Holy. 1.4 million. Bloody hell. I'm actually scared of what Foden could do this week now. I didn't realise it was that many. I mean, Palmer's just behind. 1.3 million. That'll be over 1.4 by the deadline. Foden would probably be 1.5 by deadline. Oh, man. That's scary. Where's Richarlison? 600k? That's alright. He's still a differential. Kind of. I did not realise it was that many transfers in. Stupidan's third. De Bruyne's fourth. That's surprising. I guess a lot of people have got the Son and Salah money and they're looking at who to go to. I mean, there is a chance he starts. Hang on, Haaland, 448,000. Pep says he's out this game week. Haaland won't play this week. Maybe they're people on wildcards and they're just benching him. Oh, Bowen, yeah. Bowen, 816,000. I mean, I'm one of those mugs myself, so I can't even laugh at them. I'm one of those Bowen mugs. Who's the most sold then? Let's check that. 2.5 million people have sold Salah. 2.1 million have sold Sutton. That's got to be a near record, surely. That's got to be a record. I don't think it would be Haaland, because with Haaland, Pep was just giving vague answers for weeks, wasn't he? I wonder if that's an all-time record, 2.5 million. I mean, I suppose when Salah went to AFCON a couple of years back, maybe it was similar. Because Salah was just the best player in the world for the first half of that season. And then obviously abruptly went to AFCON. So maybe Salah has set that record before. Trent's in third. Bowen's fifth. Wasn't Bowen fifth here as well? Look, he is. Bowen's number 5 on both. Haaland sixth. What a crazy game week this is. This is going to be a crazy, crazy game week. Anyway, keep the questions coming in. If you've enjoyed this stream so far, then drop a like. Have we got 4 likes, or is mine not updated? What do you mean there's 4 people that like this? Let me refresh. Oh no, 383. Okay. I was going to say, if I've been streaming for over an hour and 4 people have thought, yeah, alright, yeah, I like this. Taylor to start. Annoyingly, we didn't get any answer from Company. In his press conference, Company said he'd been told not to give an update on any injuries. So we literally don't have any news on Taylor. I feel like if you have him and you've got no other options, then you start him. But yeah, we don't have any news on Taylor, unfortunately. Do you think Elanga's a good replacement for Salah or Son? I prefer Garnacho, and I think Elanga's flagged, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, I prefer Garnacho for about the same price. Zach says, hi Oscar, love the content. Thanks, Zach, appreciate that. Son to Foden or Richarlison? If I had a choice between the two, it'd probably be Foden, but I can't really do it this week because I need to have the money to get Haaland back if he's back in Game Week 22. Like, if Haaland is back Game Week 22, I feel like you have to captain him home to Burnley. And if I buy Foden for Salah, then I have to take a -4 for Haaland in Game Week 22. So that's why I'm not getting him. But I'm going to transfer Richarlison in shortly. I mean, I'll just do it now. There's no point hanging around, is there? Let's just do it. It's not like we're going to have any significant leaks before the deadline, are we? We know Haaland's out, so it's not like there's any Alvarez last-minute news that could affect me. So, what are the? Hang on, let me just check the fixtures one more time. Chelsea, Fulham. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that could have changed my plans now. So let's do that. Salah to Richarlison, confirm. -4 here. Deary me. That fixture's not right. There we go. How many hits have you guys taken this season? I'll do a poll for it. None, -4, -8, -12 or more, including this week when you get your votes in. Let's take a quick screenshot of my team, post it on Twitter or X, whatever. Game Week 21. What did I do? Simicast to Estupinan. Oh, God, it pains me to type out Bowen. What was it? Son to Bowen. And Salah to Richarlison. There we go. We've got the perfect spelling on it now, on a Estupinan. -4. Lovely. Right. 18 -4s. Holy. Edison doesn't block Foden. I might do Alvarez to Haaland next week. So, 19% haven't taken a hit. Fair play. 24% have taken a -4. 23% -8. 33% -12 or more. Got some Mavericks in the chat today. Blort says, start Trent just in case. 9D to match. I hadn't actually thought of that. I suppose so. Yeah, I suppose so. Let's get a bench right. Did I have my bench order wrong in that tweet? What did I just tweet? Oh no, it was right. I suppose so. But he's definitely not going to play. Kano says, just brought in a Estupinan, Foden and De Bruyne. Who starts and capped him? So, I would go... What did you do? You brought in Stupinan, Foden, De Bruyne. So I'm not sure who you sold. But you obviously start Foden and De Bruyne and a Stupinan. So you play Pedro Porro, Saliba, and a Stupinan. So yeah, I think I'd bench Colwell just in case. Just in case Chilwell comes straight in. And then you bench Gordon and Lascelles. Tube Shots with the 5 gifted. Thanks very much for that, Tube Shots. Focal thumb emojis in the chat for Tube Shots with the 5 gifted. Who did those go to? Oh, I've lost chat now. How do I get rid of that? Hi chat. No, not that. Oh my god, what have I done? Zane got one. Mijo, Isaac, and Andres got one. Welcome to the new members. And thanks again, Tube Shots, for that. Is Højlund captain good? No, I wouldn't captain Højlund. He'd probably be my 50th choice captain this week, if that. Do a poll for hits for this week. That'd be interesting. I agree with that. Let's do that. Yeah, good point. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of hits this week because we've got Son, Salah, and we've got other problems like Bowen and Trent. None, -4. -8. So this poll is for this week specifically. How many hits are you on? Can anyone beat -12? Yeah, I've put none, so I guess that comes as part of the rolling. Sponge Babe. What a name, Sponge Babe. So good. Start Bowen or Solanke. I mean, Bowen's not going to play, so you can play him just in case. Solanke first on bench. I think Pedro Porro makes more sense than Pinnock, doesn't he? Even though he's likely to concede. I think that's the right decision. What's the captain poll end result? It was Saka first, then Palmer, and then Other came third, and then Alvarez was the third option. We'll do another captain poll before the deadline. Isaac says, just about to renew my membership. Thanks for the super chat, Isaac. Thanks for renewing as well. So let's have a look at the scout selection to see who they're backing. They've gone for this week, drum roll. They've got Raya in goal, 3-5-2. So Pedro Porro, Stupinan, and Gusto. Saka, Foden, Richarlison, Gross, Palmer captain. They've got Saka vice, and then they've got Watkins and Tony is the front two. Let's captain Other. He's on a good run right now. I know everyone's overlooking Other. I really rate Other. It used to be... Oh, okay. What's the Walker news? I haven't actually seen that, Kyle. What do you guys think of the scout selection this week? How do you rate it? Virtual says the scout's great this season. I agree. I think they sacked whoever used to do them, and they've got a new manager in doing these because the picks are good. How many players have you got from this team? How many players have you got that are in the scout selection? So I've got Pedro Porro, Stupinan, Saka, Richarlison, Palmer, and Watkins. 6 for me. Anyone got more than 6? Kenny wins. Thanks for the super chat. He says, who should I bench? Gusto, Garnacho, or Gabriel? Ooh. You have to start Gabriel because they're top of the clean sheet odds this week. So it's Gusto or Garnacho. I think given there's just the not absolute certainty that Gusto starts, I'd play Garnacho and then put Gusto first on bench. Kushaka has got 2. Anas has got 8. Anyone beat 8? Pratik's got 7. GK's on 3, but we'll have 4. Bengals also got 8. Yeah, good team this week. I mean, Palmer and Saka, that's the massive debate this week for captaincy. I'm on Saka captain and Palmer vice, but it's very close. Very, very close. Oh, don't remind me. Gabriel says, just saw your tweet. How comes you're transferring in Bowen? I made the move early because it was going to be like a potential 0.4 mil swing. So... when I make a massive mistake, I have to use this filter. I think I was trying to catch a 0.4 mil price swing, and that's why I did. I brought in Bowen early, and I thought he's missed about 2 games his whole career with injury, and now look at me, I'm down bad. That was why I did it, and I almost never make early transfers as well, but. It felt like one that would be alright, because he's missed 2 games his whole career of injury. No, it's fine, Gabriel. It's fine. It's fine. Actually, this covers it better.
This is the worst!
This is the worst. Tony for Alvarez. Oh, is it playing again? No. Tony for Alvarez. I would not sell Alvarez, if that's what you're asking. Definitely not. Mubama could start. It's going to be him or Ings. If I had to guess, might be Ings. Santa Foden or Richarlison. Foden, as long as he... I mean, it's team dependent. Like, if you don't have Haaland, just make sure you have a route back to Haaland. And obviously, that's something to be mindful of. Like, I would go... I've just bought Richarlison. I would have got Foden if I had the money to get Haaland back. If you see what I mean. But I didn't, so I had to get Richarlison. So it's just something to like keep in mind. UK office is clear of the US office. Oh, that is a debatable one. It's close. They're both excellent. How many hits are you on this week? 50% none, 32% -4. 12% -8, 6% -12. I forgot to put or more. Is anyone on a -16 this week? Make yourself known in chat if anyone's on a -16. Yeah, no idea on Zinchenko. Arsenal's press conference isn't till next week because Arsenal don't play till next weekend. I don't know why they do the fixtures like this. It's a bit rubbish when it's like this. So we've got like a few games this weekend. Chelsea, Fulham, Newcastle City, and then it's Everton, Villa, Man United, Spurs, and then we've got to wait a week for Gameweek 21 to actually wrap up. Like normally we'll have Gameweek 22 the following weekend, but then we've got the following fixtures there. So Arsenal's press conference won't be till Friday 19th after the deadline. So we won't know. We won't know if Zinchenko's available. I haven't seen training photos, so I couldn't tell you if he's in those, but I did see Jesus was in training photos. Jager's on a -124. I don't believe you. I don't even think you can take that many hits. Back when loads of people got their FPL teams hacked, they implemented like a transfer limit per game week. I'm pretty sure you can't make more than 20 transfers. What are the clean sheet odds? Clean sheet odds for Gameweek 21 are as follows. Arsenal top, 51.5% chance. Then it's City, and then Brighton and Chelsea, and Burnley are tied. Jack, thanks for the super chat. He says he's got Zinchenko, Taylor, Bowen, Salah, Hwang. I'm thinking about doing a -4 of Zinchenko to a Stupenham, or Walker and Salah to Bailey, which allows me to get Haaland next week. I'd be tempted to sell Salah and Zinchenko, but if it was going to be one or the other, then just Salah. Yeah, I don't mind the Bailey pick, Jack. I think he's great. Yeah, Bailey's a good pick. Garnacho's the other one I'd consider. I mean, if you're down to 10 men, if Zinchenko misses out, then you could consider it as Stupinan as well for a hit, but it is a week till the game, so he could be fine. I think I'd rather do the Salah move, personally, between the two, because like if Zinchenko plays, it's a great fixture. So, if you want to sell Zinchenko, definitely Stupinan over Walker for me. But yeah, I don't mind that. Bailey's a great pick, if not Garnacho for a little bit cheaper as well. FPL1 says, hi Oscar, Taylor and Maguire, both yellow flagged. Which should I take out? And for Doughty or Gusto, Son out for which one of Jota, Foden and Richarlison? I've already got Bernardo for City attack as well. Do you have Haaland as well or not? Because again, like the most important thing is having a route back to Haaland in Game Week 22. I still think Foden's probably worth it over Richarlison if you had to pick between the two. But yeah, it depends if you have a route back to Haaland if you're getting Foden. Taylor and Maguire, both yellow flags. Who should I take out? What's Maguire's estimated return date? Let me just double check that. I would say probably Maguire. He's 14th Jan, so he could be back. I think I'd sell Taylor between the two. It's very close, but like United's fixtures are turning quite nicely again soon. So assuming he comes straight back into the team, then I think Maguire's the better pick. Like he was actually doing well before his injury. I played him for like 4 game weeks and he kept 3 clean sheets for me. So I think I'd rather sell Taylor and I'd rather get Foden. If not Foden, then Richarlison. Jaganath says play Dallo or get Stupinan for a -4. I think the Stupinan for a hit's okay. I'd expect that to be repaid over the next few weeks. It's not a hit you have to take though, let's be honest. Like you're counting on a clean sheet or an attacking return for a Stupinan, and you're counting on Dallo not getting something. But I imagine Dallo concedes, so I think that's okay for a hit. It's a bit aggressive, but I don't mind that. I think that's fine. Yeah. Are you playing Bowen? I am, but he's gonna come off the bench, and Gordon will come on, and Pedro Porro will come on for Trent. Elise update. Let me check. We have to nurse him through and hope he comes back as quickly as possible. The next question will be how long is he out, but I can't answer that one. We're hoping this one won't be as bad as the one that put him out for 6 months. It doesn't sound good. I've been messaged who to replace Salah with. Foden, Richarlison. There we go. The goal scorer odds this week. Yeah, I'll quickly pull those up. Yeah, Jesus, he's been seen back in training, so I'd imagine he starts Game Week 21 because the game is until next weekend. So him back in training, first of all, is a good thing, and then he's got a week of further training before Game Week 21, because Arsenal play next Saturday, not tomorrow, the following Saturday. Right, we're going to play a round of Who's That Player, and if anyone gets it, I'm going to gift 5 memberships to the chat. You need to guess the player and the season. So here it is. 24 points they got. Can you name the player and the season that they got that score? Tube Shot says, please like this video. We need 2,000 likes, please, peeps. You heard Tube Shots. If you're enjoying the stream, hit like. And if anyone can guess the player and the season, I will gift 5 memberships to chat right now. Let me just check I actually have the answer here. Oh no, do I have the answer? Yeah, I do. Alright, let me check if anyone's got it. So far, wait, what season was it? Okay. Has anyone got it yet? I don't see it yet. Ooh, very close. Very close. Someone's got to get it so I can gift these. GK's got it. We have a winner. In fact, Mohammed got it as well. So let's see who the 5 gifted go to. I think some more got it that I've missed as well. The answer was Grealish. And he got 24 points. In Game Week 4 of the 2021 season, he got 2 goals and 3 assists against Liverpool. And Villa beat Liverpool 7-2. One of the craziest results ever. So well done to those that got it. Let's see who gets the 5 gifted. Who got them? Jago got one, Kian got one, Asri got one, Mladen got one, And the last one went to Quaff. Well done. Well done if you got it. We'll play that game again on the GW22 deadline stream. So make sure you subscribe for that, and I'll gift 5 memberships again on that stream. No worries, Jago. Congrats on the membership. Welcome to the new members. Right, keep your questions coming. I think I'm caught up on super chats as well. So, excellent. And to the new members, if you log into your YouTube account in Discord settings, you'll automatically see the members channel. And there's the members league, you get early access to videos and all sorts. Are you engaged? I'm an engaged FPL manager. That's such a bad joke. No, I'm not engaged. I've only been dating my girlfriend for like a year and a half. So, no, we're not yet. Estupinan captain asks Connor, Wolves away suck. Are their forwards fit? I mean, they're quite good looking. I'm reeling off the dad jokes today. Terrible. Yeah, Cunha's fit. Neto's back from injury. Obviously, Hwang's at the Asian Cup, but I don't know if I'd captain Estupinan. Don't think I would. I don't mind it, but I don't think I would. Like, Brighton have kept 1 clean sheet all season. I do expect that to improve in the coming weeks. Tube Shot says, don't captain the defender. Yeah, I think there's really like... It's rare situations where it looks feasible. Like, we have had weeks recently where Trent's looked a good captain. I know quite a few did it. Was it against Burnley? Was that the week Salah blanked? I can't remember now. I mean, there are exceptions. Daniel's only here for the dad joke content. What are your plans to bring back Haaland? I've got like 7 mil in the bank now, so I'm going to do... Assuming that Haaland's back, Gameweek22, I'll sell one of my forwards for Haaland. Why am I starting Trent? Just in case. He's going to miss out, obviously, so my bench will come in. I'm gonna lose Bowen and Trent, and Pedro Porro and Gordon will come in. Basically, that's why. Maybe I should just start Pedro Porro over Trent. Because imagine like Trent somehow makes it and he comes off the bench. But yeah, I think he's not going to play, is he? So. Welcome to anyone joining the stream late. We'll do a quick news roundup and then we'll talk about Double Game Week 25, which dropped earlier. So a quick run through of that. The Chelsea news is that basically Chilwell's back in the squad. So is Badiashile. Pochettino's worried about Nkunku, who's not trained for 10 days. Casemiro, Shaw, Martinez have all trained and available for selection. Anthony Eriksson and Amad Diallo also return. Joe Linton's picked up an injury and he's out for a minimum of 6 weeks with a thigh injury. In case you missed it, Kabore is absent. He's at AFCON. I'm speedrunning it here. News roundup speedrun, any percent. Company didn't give any updates on Burnley. He basically said in his presser, I've been told not to give you updates. So we don't know if Taylor's going to play or not. And lastly, Guardiola confirmed that Haaland won't feature versus Newcastle. So no Haaland this game week. And lastly, a few hours ago we had the Double Game Week 25 announcement. So if anyone missed it, in Game Week 25, it's going to be a double game week for Brentford and City. Brentford will play Liverpool and City, and then City will play Chelsea and Brentford. Let's do an early triple captain poll. I'm going to add in brackets if Liverpool don't double. The reason being, Liverpool could double in 25 as well. And if that happens, then I think that's going to really change the picture. Because then it's like Haaland or Salah triple captain. Which one would you go with? Liverpool, I think, would have Brentford and Luton, if I'm not mistaken. So Haaland will have Chelsea and Brentford, 2 home games. So, it depends. We'll find out about Game Week 25 for Liverpool after the League Cup second leg. I think it is. Ivan Tony triple hands down. Triple hands down. Triple captain hands down. Surely not. With that double. It's like probably the worst imaginable double for Brentford. We were saying at the start of this stream, like, do I start Pinnock? I probably don't. Despite the double, I don't think I'll play Pinnock. I need to work out what's going on with the fixtures under the players' names as well. That's going to be a problem when I do team selection. I don't know if you can see that. You see it there under Pinnock? It's gone flat. It is a flat double game week for him. You see that there? I don't know what's going on there. Let me switch that back before I accidentally start Pinnock. 57% will triple captain Haaland, or 58% now. 42% won't. That's surprising, actually. When would you use it? Are you hoping for like a better later double game week? Or have you used yours already? I probably should have added an option, used it already. Because I suppose some have, right? Do you think Foster starts? Good question. I know he scored last game week, didn't he? I'd imagine there's a good chance he does. Did he start last week? Or was it a goal off the bench? So, in the FA Cup, he started. And against Villa, he did as well. Yeah, I'd imagine he starts. He's a really good player. And obviously he had to take like a break for personal reasons and all that, mental health reasons. He looked a really awesome pick before he took the break, so it's good to see him back and scoring as well. Armino says, Bernardo Silva or Foden? Is Foden really better? I would say he is, yeah. He's got more goal threat than Bernardo Silva does. Silva's a bit more assist threat, I suppose. Oh, sorry, Brian. Yeah, Brian says, -4 to replace Taylor, or just go with 10 players. Depends who you can afford, Brian. Like, if there's a good option on the table, like Stupinan, then I would say that's worth it. It's worth the -4. As the cliche goes, a -4 when... Oh, it doesn't really work, actually, when it's not a blank. But people say a -4 in a blank game because a -2. Because if you've got 10 players and you take a -4, and they get you a minimum of 2 points, then it's a -2 hit, isn't it? Assuming that they get you 2 points minimum. It depends who you've got, Brian. Armino says, oh, I did that already. I saw a question from John about the meets. I've lost it now. What did he say? He said, Oscar, when is the FPL meets in London? I don't have Twitter. It's in February. Is it the 23rd? No, 17th. I'll quickly put it on screen in case anyone is interested in going. I'll be there. They're always a good crack. Like, even if you don't know anyone in the FPL community, they're good fun. Like the first one I went to, I didn't know anyone at all, and everyone was very welcoming. Get drunk, watch the football, talk FPL with like-minded people. That's the date and that's the address. So the Thirsty Bear, and obviously all televised games will be shown. So Brentford, Liverpool will be there. City v Chelsea. Someone normally whips out a stream for the 3 o'clock games as well, which is illegal and they shouldn't do that. Any City leaks? No City leaks. They play tomorrow, so it's very unlikely. I'll keep an eye out in case we get anything, but I'd be surprised. Annoyingly, obviously, like the deadline got moved to Friday to today. It was tomorrow, and they had to move the deadline, so we probably would have got a City leak. But because they moved the deadline back a day, now we probably won't. So that was a bit of an unfortunate consequence of the FA Cup. Was it FA Cup or League Cup? One of the two. So yeah, no leaks whatsoever, Flames, to answer your question there. Missed message. What was the message, Brian? Is it frozen here? Can't find it, Brian. I did your one just now, and I said I would sell Taylor if there's a good player on the table like a Stupinan. I don't know if you caught that bit. Yeah, I would be tempted to sell Taylor for a hit. Because like, if there's a risk of down to 10, then I think it's worth it. And I think based on company saying, I've been told not to give you injury news, to me that says there's a chance Taylor could be out. I might be totally wrong, but don't you think if he's refusing to give injury updates, then that means there could be some injuries? Because that just gives the other manager a vulnerability that they can tactically prepare for. That's just an educated guess though. So I'll end that poll on the triple captaincy. If anyone's got poll ideas, I'll happily stick another one up. Solanke or João Pedro? If that's who to start this week, João Pedro, definitely. Start Diaby or Pinnock? Diaby. Bruno or Rashford captain? If I had to pick one of those, Bruno. But I think Saka and Palmer are better captains this week. Probably Alvarez as well. These are the projected points for this game week. It's got Saka top. Palmer is second. Alvarez. In fact, Alvarez and Palmer are tied. Tony just behind. It's very, very close. Very close. Bruno's not far behind, to be fair. But yeah, I prefer Saka and Palmer. John says, poll idea, go to the airport or watch Luton v Burnley. Okay, well, we can do a poll on that. What was it? Go to the airport to surprise my girlfriend or watch Burnley v Luton. What a poll. Alright, since you asked for it, the poll is up. Tube Shots with another 5 gifted memberships. Thanks very much, Tube Shots. Focal thumb emojis in the chat. Thanks very much for that. Who do those go to? Mars got one, Jig B, Joe James, Mikey, and Scottish City Fan got one. Welcome to the new members. Make sure you thank him if you got one. Oh my god, this poll is actually close. This has got to be the funniest poll we've ever done. Yeah, my FPL team is glitching though. Like, it says I've got Bowen, and I definitely didn't transfer him in. Are any of you seeing this glitch? Is anyone else seeing that? I did not buy Bowen. I need to contact official FPL. I don't know why it says I've got Bowen. There's no way I would have done that early. Play it safe, go to the airport. Right, 56% airport, 44% Burnley v Luton. The people have spoken. I'm doing it. I'm going to be off the grid. I'm going to be off the grid then during Burnley v Luton. That man says, call me mad, but I transferred in Rashford for a -4 and I've made him my captain. And I'm inside 10k now. Fair play, Ammon. You're doing something right. Yeah, go with your gut when you're doing that well. Rashford for a -4 and captain. I mean, Spurs are missing quite a few players. You never know. That could be a goal fest. Could be a goal fest, that one. Could be a 2-all type game. Hopefully. As a Richarlison owner and Pedro Porro owner. Wow, Pedro Porro probably concedes, but... Right, we've got less than half an hour till the deadline. If you guys have enjoyed the stream, then make sure you drop a like on it and make sure you subscribe. Pedro or Tony in for Nkunku? That's actually a really tough one, because Tony's got the double in 25. But it's a bad double. Pedro's cheaper. Probably João Pedro. I just want to see how Tony looks first. Maybe it's a bit bold to buy him on his first game back after 8 months off. But he could hit the ground running, to be fair. That could happen. He's just a natural goal scorer. He's clinical. He scored a hat-trick the other day, albeit against Southampton under 23s. So he might just come back, hit the ground running, but I think João Pedro, given the fixtures as well. Per Hansen says, Taylor leak will decide De Bruyne versus Estupiñán. I don't think we're going to get a leak on Burnley. I mean, I don't remember us ever getting Burnley leaks. but I will keep checking in the background just in case. And if we get anything, I'll let you know. But I don't remember us ever getting Burnley leaks this season. Maybe there has been some, and just no one really has been bothered about them until this week, when a lot of people are counting on Taylor. But I don't think we've had anything, or will get anything. Jared says 1 free transfer, roll and play Botman, no bench, or sell Salah for Garnacho, bench and Botman. I'm concerned about Gusto starting a bench depth for a 2-week game week. No, I'd sell Salah if I were you. Obviously, it's a bit risky. Like, there is a very small chance that Salah could be back 22, 23. But I think it's worth it, because playing Botman against Man City, I'd rather sell Salah. And I assume you've said Garnacho for a reason, like to fund Haaland. Because I prefer Richarlison. I was very close to getting Garnacho myself. But when I looked at it, I could get Richarlison now and get Garnacho in a few weeks for Bowen, to then fund getting Salah back, if you see what I mean. But yeah, I'd rather sell Salah than play Botman versus City, 100%. Marcus, thanks for the 17 months. He says, good luck, everyone. He's done Trent to Estupinan and Salah to Foden. Very aggressive moves. Looking good this week with those two, Estupinan and Foden. Sai has transferred in Jota and captaining him. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of captaincy questions in the chat. There's so many good options this week, really. As we saw on those projections, it's very, very close. It's not normally this close from top to bottom. I don't remember it being like this all season. Top's 5.8 and bottom here is 5.1. And the table keeps going. Like, it's probably more on 5.1, 5, 4.9. Loads of good options here. All of these are okay. I'm on Saka captain, Palmer vice. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is on the projections. But I think it's very close. Like, Palmer's great as well. Like, 18 points last week. On pens. Saka should be as well, but you never know with Odegaard. I think they're both great. Those are my two favourites, but yeah, loads of good options this week. I'm a bit scared of Foden after seeing how many transfers in he's got. But hopefully Richarlison can match him. Palmer isn't consistent enough. I mean, yeah, I have to caveat, last game week it was a massive overperformance. 1.08 XGI, 3 returns, so almost 2 XGI overperformance. The assist he gave to Madueke was like 0.05 XG, and the goal he scored was like 0.04 XG. Delboy says, respect from Japan, mate. Love your vids. Cheers, Delboy. Thanks, Delboy. Appreciate that, mate. What teams are likely to blank in Gameweek 26? These are the projected number of fixtures. This is from Mikhail Tokvam, and the numbers represent how many fixtures are expected to be that week. So, for example, 1.74 means a 74% chance of there being 2, because there's definitely 1. We now know that Man City and Brentford have got 2 here, so rather than 1.7, this is now 2. So, in terms of 26, it's Luton, Liverpool, Tottenham and Chelsea have the biggest chance of not having a game in 26. There's a very, very small chance that Man United and Fulham don't. But it's not likely. It's likely to be Luton, Liverpool, Tottenham and Chelsea. So that actually is something to keep at the backs of our heads. That's going to affect all of our teams. We've all got players from Liverpool, Tottenham and Chelsea. Some have Luton even as well. So maybe just count up how many potential blanks you've got and make sure you've got a transfer path that gets you 11 players out in Gameweek 26. Because I'd like to save my free hit if I can. Captain poll. Let's stick a captain poll up and I'll just catch up on the super chats as well. Who is your captain for Gameweek 21? We'll go Palmer, Saka, Alvarez, and other. And let us know in chat who the other is. That'll be the final captain poll. Romanji says, on holiday in El Salvador, but I still had to tune in. Fair play. Appreciate you tuning in. Hope you're having a good holiday in El Salvador as well. I've never been there. Would you recommend it? Blair says, need an 11th this week. I planned on holding on to Salah and Son, But now with Bowen's injury, I have to sell one of the three. All have 0.4 cash, 0.8 value. Sell who? Oh, I see what you're saying. Do you have Haaland as well, or do you need a route back to Haaland? I think I'd sell Salah first. Just based on how much money you've got tied up on Son, if that's what you're saying. You're likely going to have to sell Son as well, but given you've got so much more tied up on Son, then I think it makes sense to sell Salah first, especially if it gives you a route back to Haaland. So sell Salah. I think in terms of replacements, Richarlison, Foden, probably be the top two. But if I suppose I should caveat with all these Son and Salah questions. If you don't have Saka or Palmer, then those come first. But I'm assuming like most people have got them because they're quite template picks. But yeah, beyond that, Foden, Richarlison. Mr. F said, Palmer captain. I don't want to wait for next week. Main factor. And Pedro over Tony as a safe pick. Yeah, I think so. I'd like to just see how Tony does first. And then if he's doing really well, then maybe we consider him for the double in 25. But obviously it's a really awful double for Brentford. It's a nice double for City though. I need to have a think about whether I'm going to triple up on City and which players. Because it could end up being a move like Saka to Foden, which isn't ideal, because then I'm going to want to get Saka back. But yeah, Palmer captain's perfectly good. Lucas is on captain Tony. JB is on Jota. João Pedro captain, Jota. A lot of Jota captainers. Where's that come from? Am I missing something on Jota? Dave's on Pascal captain. Bench one of Gordon, Porro or Konsa. It's between Gordon and Konsa. I think I'd start Porro there regardless. Gordon or Konsa. I do fancy Villa to concede. I think I'd start Gordon. I wouldn't be surprised if Newcastle show up for this one, but I said the same about the game against Liverpool and they ended up conceding record XG. But I wouldn't be surprised if Newcastle showed up. Like Gordon could get something out of that. I think Gordon, you start the attacker, chase the upside. Flames isn't buying Saka, he's captain in Darwin. Fair play. Good luck with that. 48% are on captain Saka, 30% Palmer, 6% Alvarez, and 16% other. Goal scorer odds. Yeah, we'll pull those up quickly. Those are as follows. These assume that the player starts, and obviously we know Haaland won't because Pep says he's out. Nketiah may not as well. And Nkunku's a big doubt because he's not trained for 10 days, according to Pochettino. Jota or Garnacho for Son. I mean, Jota's probably the better pick, but there's a massive price gap between the two. So it also depends what you can do with that money. If you don't need the money, Jota. Giles is on Tony captain. Tube shots Foden. So yeah, those are the goal scorer odds. I'm starting Trent just in case. I imagine he definitely misses the game because he's out for a few weeks, but Pedro Porro comes off my bench for him. McLean says, can you look at this factoring in Haaland out, assuming Jota odds go up? That's a good point from McLean. So if a player's out, it does affect the projected involvement of other players, and those goal scorer odds obviously won't have that in mind in terms of Alvarez, because Alvarez's goal scorer odds will go up a little bit. FPL review projections do have that in mind though, which is why Alvarez went up in the projections to joint second with Palmer. He was further down. He was on like 5.1 or 5.2, and then we got the news that Haaland's out. So the potential goal involvement for Alvarez shoots up as a consequence, and obviously he'll be on penalty duties as well, so that's a factor. That's included in FPL Review's projections there. Dimitri's captaining Garnacho, chasing rank. How crazy is it? I would say that's pretty crazy. I mean, I would pick someone out of this list if you want to chase upside. I wouldn't go Garnacho just to chase rank. At the end of the day, I wouldn't go for a differential captain for the sake of it. You want to go for whoever you think gets you the most points. And now let's say you think two players are very close and one's got less ownership. So let's look at this as an example. Saka and Palmer highly owned. I don't know what Alvarez's ownership is, but I think it's quite a bit less. So then therefore you go for Alvarez because there's not much. Or Tony is like 1% owned and he's basically even with these two above him. So when you're looking for a differential, you go for someone who's projected about the same but lower owned. That's how I think you do it. You don't go full differential, in my opinion, just for the sake of it on Garnacho, because he wasn't even in like the top 10 there, if that makes sense. So when you're chasing, look for players that are projected the same or thereabouts and pick the lower owned one. Alan gave Richarlison the captain. Yeah, exactly that. A good example. He's on those projections and he's what? 10.6% owned. Whereas Saka, 62.4%. He's the most owned player in the game. Thanks, Mohit. Yeah, I didn't see Jota there actually. Maybe his minutes are a bit uncertain. I'm not sure what his expected minutes were on FPL review. What's the front three for Liverpool going to be like? Is there any Liverpool fans in chat? I was just checking if there's been any leaks. I don't think we'll get any. An outside chance we might, just before the deadline. Who goes further in the cup, Salah or Son? I think Salah. I think Son's projected to go further. If you want to take a quick screenshot of that, those are the estimated return dates for Salah, Son and Hwang, obviously playing together, and Kudus. I think it's very similar actually. So Salah's slightly likely to be back Gameweek 23. And it's about the same Gameweek 24, if not they're back Gameweek 25. Those are the projected or estimated return dates based on the market odds of how far they'll go. Luke says, Bowen to Foden, Son to Gross, or am I missing something with Richarlison? Apologies if you've already said, just joined. Much love. Another here we come. Here we come. Bowen to Foden, I like that. Yeah, Son to Gross. I looked at Gross, but I preferred Richarlison slightly. Again, like with Son out, his potential goal involvement should go up because who's going to score the goals? Someone else has to fill in those boots. Obviously, there's a chance they just suffer without Son and they don't score as many. He should take penalty duties, so that's a factor. But I think Gross is great. I think Gross is a very good pick. Like, if you prefer Gross to Richarlison, I think there's not much between the two. I ultimately just went for Richarlison, but I think Gross is great. Will Sterling start? Good question on that one. I don't know, to be honest with you. I'd imagine he does. I think he scored. No, he didn't score in the cup, did he? They lost to Borough. I'm thinking of the League Cup, maybe. Not sure. I imagine he does. But yeah, this is the problem with Sterling. I think you give him this week and then you sell him when he's got Liverpool, because they do have Madueke, who's an option in right wing. Is this your final team? This is my final team. Yeah, I'm locked in. Saka captain, Palmer vice, Richarlison's come in. Adebayo captain is a crazy shout. I ain't hearing anyone out on Adebayo. I mean, maybe. It's a good fixture against Burnley. I'm beating John by 16 points. Alright, still all to play for, John. What rank are you guys at the moment? What's your overall rank? Let us know in chat. Your honest rank. I'll end the captain poll. 49% are on Saka, and then it's Palmer 33%. 13% other, 6% on Alvarez. Noah's 12k, Ali's 45k, Ricardo's 30k. What? These ranks? You guys are the ones that should be doing YouTube content right now. I've dropped just outside 100k now after last week. Last week was actually painful. It started so well, right? Last week I was 40k, but Salah had to play still. West Ham had to play. And then obviously Salah missed the pen. I was like, come on. Because I captained Alvarez. And then obviously by full time, Salah had 16 points. And then by full time in the West Ham game, Areola had 11 points. It's brutal. And it went from like 40k rank to 102k. So I went from green to red. Coach Hannes is 85k. Jarko 600k, 500k, 22k, 200k. Nafim's 12k. We've got a few inside the top 10k even. Very impressive this early. Marcus is smashing it, 20k. I'll send your team on X though. Hopefully, Marcus, by end of next weekend, you can do it today on X. I break into the top 10k. Sam Brooks says, thoughts on Tony coming back, worth a risky punt. Yeah, we were talking about him. He's got good goal scorer odds. He's got good projected points this week. I just think he's a wait and see. Like, he's not played in the Premier League for 8 months. It feels a bit risky. Assuming he comes back and he's exactly as he was before, then I think he's great. Like, I think he's an awesome pick. But it's a bit of a question mark, isn't it? And they're missing Mbumo, obviously. They're missing Vissa. They are missing players. I think he's a wait and see, but I don't hate it if someone wants to go there. That's basically my thoughts on Tony. It's only for stuff people are interested in. They might be interested in that. Thanks for the super chat, Cinder, as well. Thanks for that. Mikey's gone up 1 million places in 4 weeks. Fair play. That's good gains. Good gains, that. Are you doing another transfer? No, that's me done. So Bowen and Trent probably won't play, let's be honest. So Pedro Porro and Gordon will come off my bench. So that's me for game week 21. It is a -4 hit. I hate taking hits, but yeah, I shot myself in the foot a bit with the Bowen transfer. He's less risky than someone coming back from injury, in my opinion. He has still been in training. That's a good point. Yeah, good point from John. Like, he's fully fit. Ready to play. So, yeah, there's no concerns about an injury. But match sharpness is something. There's a difference between playing a training match and actual Premier League match sharpness. Son for Richarlison or Foden? Again, if you don't have Saka, or if you have Saka and Palmer, then yeah, the next best is Richarlison and Foden. I'd probably go Foden, assuming you don't need that extra money for anything. I would have got Foden if I could have afforded Haaland in Gameweek 22, but I can't, so that's why I got Richarlison. He'll sub off my bench anyway, John. It's just in case like Trent makes a miraculous. I'll just do it now. It's pointless, isn't it? Trent's not going to play. There you go, saved. Can someone confirm the deadline? The deadline timer is in the top left corner, so you've got about 8 minutes. Yeah, there's a countdown. Do you guys ever actually look at those widgets on the left, or are those just like background noise? I was trying to think of something to put up in that corner. I might end up redoing the whole stream layout at some point. Or do you guys like the layout? I'm in 2 minds about it. I've been changing it up a bit recently. On the complete guide video, I gave it a completely new refresh. Maybe I'll do a new layout for the stream. But yeah, it's not bad though, is it? Sender says, bench Sterling, Solanke or Richarlison. I would bench Solanke between those 3. Obviously Sterling is a question mark. Does he start or not? He probably does. Probably does. But you'd kick yourself. Imagine if he starts and then he's home against Fulham, which is a great fixture. Whereas Solanke's got Liverpool. So I'd much rather play Sterling. Is Trent going to start? What did you say? My bench order? Oh. Doesn't matter anyway, does it? Makes no difference. Trent's not going to play. Or shall I just go back to how it was? Like that. There we go. Well, no, Trent... No, I'll leave it like that. Right. Quick last minute check of any leaks. FPL23 says Taylor's out. I can't remember if they're reliable or not, but I've got them in my leaks list. Who else is out? Jordan Bayer, is that? Okay, well, I can't remember how reliable they are. But I'll share this just in case, if this is important for anyone. But they said Charlie Taylor's out. I don't remember what they've shared before, but I've got them in my leaks playlist. Leaks list on Twitter. They said Taylor's out. I think that's worth sharing in case anyone's got them and looking for a decision to make there. Losing my voice now. Just as well, there's only 5 or so mins left. They say Taylor's out. I can't guarantee that's accurate, but I've got them on my leaks list, and I don't put people in there unless I trust them, so they must have shared stuff reliably in the past. Comrade says, Zinchenko to Estupinan for a hit. I've got 9 playing players. Yeah, I would do it in that case. Unless there's someone else you could sell, like Son or Salah. Who's on pens for Liverpool? Good question. Might be Darwin. Might well be Darwin. I think he's got a good record on pens, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's taken like seven in his career. I think he scored them all. Something like that. Douglas Luiz or Bowen? Bowen's out, so Douglas Luiz. Start Porro or Garnacho? Ooh, probably Garnacho. It'll be Maka. Oh, yeah, McAllister. Yeah, maybe McAllister. Zoboslai is... isn't he injured? Yeah, I remember McAllister taking them at Brighton, so yeah, it could be him. It could be Darwin, though. I don't think that's out of the question. Like, forwards, we're not forwards alike. They want to be taking pens, and they'll back themselves. McAllister strikes me as the type of guy as well. If Darwin's having a tantrum saying, I'm taking this, I think McAllister's the type of professional that says, you know what, fine, you just had the pen. You better score it, though. But yeah, I don't know, I'm speculating. I just feel like maybe Darwin could be. Should I play De Bruyne? Absolutely. If you've got him, you play him. Thoughts on Neto? I wouldn't buy him. He's only just back from injury. Came off the bench last match. So I would avoid for now. One for the watch list. Obviously, he was smashing it earlier in the season. Then he got the injury, and he's only just coming back now. If you had to start a Prem manager in goal for a game, who would you choose? What a question. I suppose I have to pick someone young, wouldn't I? Who's the youngest manager? Is it Hal? It could go for someone with height, like Klopp. But I feel like someone young might be better. Someone more agile, like Eddie Howe in goal. Is that what you're asking, or did I misread that? I might have misread your question. O'Neill in goal. Porro or Gusto? Yeah, it's a tough one because does Gusto start? He probably does. Let me check if Scout have got him in their predicted lineup. I think I'd say Gusto because he's got the attacking threat himself. He's got the better clean sheet odds. If anyone wants to become a Scout member, by the way, use the link in the description. All the members tables that I use in my videos are in the members area. They're all public. You just search my name under stats tables. And you get lots of other goodies like the fixture ticker tool, player comparison. And obviously get members articles, which are very helpful as well. But in terms of Chelsea, they've predicted Gusto to start. So I would say Gusto. Thoughts on Cash from Pini? Cash? He's got to be a sell, hasn't he? Because Conce's playing right back a lot recently. So I'd say Cash has got to be a sell. If you're in a pinch this week, then I guess he's startable, but I'd be getting rid. Company must be the youngest manager. Oh yeah, Company in goal. Carl says that was the question. Yeah, I'll stick Company in goal. Yeah, it has to be Company. How old's Company? Like 37? 36? John says Focal Ultras. Good luck for GW21. Good luck to the Focal Ultras. Does Taylor start? We had a leak just now that said he doesn't. But I can't remember how reliable they are for leaks, but they are in my leaks list, so they must have shared reliable stuff in the past. A message from XXDWS says, hope you'll have a bad game, Mick. Thank you for that. Deadline's in 2 minutes, says IT for Dummies. Yeah, we've got 2 minutes till the deadline. Final reminder, make sure your bench is in the right order, your captain's sorted, your vice captain. We're almost there. Oh yeah, and Scout are doing merch as well now. In fact, I forgot to mention, there's FPL Focal merch now as well. People were asking for it in my streams a few weeks ago, and now it's on my channel. If anyone wants to get a Focal shirt, it's just my logo like here. So if anyone wants one of those, I recommend. They'll get you laid, guaranteed. One minute till deadline. Bowen's potentially out for 2 to 3 weeks from the injury. Gameweek 22 is 3 weeks after the injury. So there is potential that he's back Gameweek 22. But yeah, it could be 23. Rooney would be great in goal. Yeah, but it wasn't the question of Prem manager. Help, my team won't charge in time to do my team. You're out of time, mate. You got 20 seconds till the deadline. That Nafella fella says, I think City could steamroll Newcastle. Yeah, maybe. Stixan says, I bought a focal cap and it did get me laid. My uncle really liked it. Bloody hell. I started reading that message and I didn't know where it was going. Focal keyrings. I'll have to check if they do that. I think they do. Is that something people want? Keyrings? But yeah, the shirts are actually really nice and they're cheap as well. I wear mine around the house and when I go out. I recommend. Why is your first sub injured? Well, if he doesn't play, then the next player auto subs on. It won't be Trent. So yeah, if Trent doesn't play, it's Gordon that comes on. Locked. That's the deadline. We made it. Thank you everyone for joining us on this deadline stream. XXDWS once again, in caps this time, says, hope you all have an awful game week. Thank you for that once again. Bright says, don't lie, don't go out, Oscar. You know what? I think you'd be surprised how much I go out. Not as much as I used to when I was younger, but I like a night out. FPL Era. Me and him went out a few weeks ago when he flew over from Ireland. And we ended up in a random nightclub at like 2, 3 in the morning. Is there anyone live that we could raid today? Or is that it? Are we done? Let's have a look if anyone's live that we could go show some love to. Let me know in chat while I'm scrolling if there's anyone. Golden Goal Fantasy Football. He's got a good channel. Maybe Golden Goal. He makes good content. I think he'd be a good one. I'll put a link to his stream in the chat. Everyone head over to FPL Golden Goals. Spam Focal Raid in his chat. He makes really good content, so definitely check him out as well. Thanks all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this stream, and good luck this game week. Focal out.